The first time Patricia Harrington realized something was seriously wrong was the morning she found a $4,200 charge on her trust debit card for therapeutic yoga sessions, in-home senior wellness. The receipt was taped to the Sub-Zero fridge like a trophy. Her son Blake had signed it with a little smiley face. Patricia was 72, not 92. She could still touch her toes on a good day, drove her pearl white 2018 Lexus RX to the Laguna Niguel Whole Foods every Tuesday, and had season tickets to the pageant of the Masters. She did not need therapeutic yoga, and she certainly did not need Blake's 29-year-old fiancé Mads McAllister bending her into downward dog while filming it for Mads' 1.2 million Instagram followers under the hashtag #SilverNamaste. But the real problem wasn't the yoga. The real problem was that the money had come out of the Harrington Family Trust, the irrevocable trust Patricia's late husband Richard had set up in 2009 with the best estate attorney in Orange County. Richard had put the Laguna Beach house, paid off, ocean view, 4,200 square feet, into the trust so that when he died of pancreatic cancer at 65, Patricia would never have to worry about probate or capital gains or, God forbid, Blake selling the house out from under her. The trust said, in plain English, on page 14, Patricia Ann Harrington shall have the right to reside in the residence for her lifetime, rent-free, and all reasonable living expenses shall be paid from trust income. Richard had named their only child, Blake Richard Harrington, as successor trustee upon Patricia's incapacity or death. He had not imagined Blake would simply declare her incapacitated while she was still perfectly capable of beating him at gin rummy. It started small, the way these things always do. Blake lost his commercial real estate license in 2021 after a deal in Irvine went sideways. He and Mads moved back into the house for a few months, Mom, just till the market turns. They took the entire downstairs master, ocean-facing, the one Richard died in, because Mads needs natural light for her content. Patricia moved upstairs to the smaller guest suite with the slanted ceiling that made her feel like a character in a Bronte novel. Then came the little upgrades. A $37,000 Tesla Powerwall and level 2 charger in the garage for emergencies, Mom. A $19,000 outdoor kitchen so Mads could film healthy coastal grilling. A $9,000 monthly caregiver stipend paid to Mads herself because someone needs to manage your meds and appointments, Patricia. Every time Patricia asked to see the trust statements, Blake smiled the same tight smile he'd since childhood when he wanted something. Mom, that's why you have a trustee, so you don't have to worry about boring paperwork. By the summer of 2025, the trust was paying for everything: Blake's Rivian lease, Mads' weekly blowouts at Dry Bar, private school tuition for their French bulldog Crouton, a $2,800 Vitamix that Mads used exactly once. And every month, Blake emailed the trust accountant a neat little invoice labeled In-Home Senior Care, 160 hours at $55 per hour, with Mads' LLC listed as payee. The day the yoga receipt appeared, Patricia finally opened the manila envelope that had been sitting unopened on her dresser for 6 weeks. Inside were 3 months of trust statements she had never asked for. The accountant had started sending them to her directly after Blake forgot to forward them. She sat on the edge of her bed and read until the sun set over the Pacific. Total disbursements in the last quarter, $187,000. Balance remaining, $411,000 and dropping fast. Richard had left over $3 million in Apple and Vanguard funds alone. Patricia felt the room tilt. She walked downstairs, past the new Sonos speakers blasting lo-fi beats, past Mads doing a sponsored reel for collagen water in the kitchen, and found Blake on the terrace smoking a joint the size of a Sharpie. "Blake," she said quietly, "we need to talk about the trust." He didn't even look up. "Mom, we talked about this. Stress is bad for your cortisol." "I'm not stressed, I'm furious." That got his attention. He stubbed out the joint on the teak table Richard had shipped from Bali in 2008. "Okay, Mom, let's not do this in front of Mads' followers." They went into Richard's old study, now Blake's content room with green screens and ring lights. Patricia closed the door. "I want the disbursements to stop. All of them. Except household utilities and property taxes." Blake laughed. Actually laughed. "You can't do that. I'm the trustee." "You're the successor trustee. I'm not dead, and I'm not incapacitated." "Mom, come on. You forgot where you parked at Fashion Island last month." "Because you took my parking spot with your stupid truck." Blake softened his voice into the tone he used when he wanted to sound reasonable. "Look, Dr. Kessler says early onset dementia runs in families. We're just planning ahead, for your safety." Patricia felt ice crawl up her spine. "You took me to Dr. Kessler once, for a checkup. He said I was sharp as a tack." Blake shrugged. "I have his letter saying we should monitor you closely. It's all in the file." He opened a drawer and slid a folder across the desk. Inside was a letter on Kessler Neurology letterhead dated 3 weeks ago, a letter Patricia had never seen. It recommended 24-hour supervision due to early cognitive decline. She recognized the signature. She also recognized that Dr. Kessler had been on a safari in Tanzania for the entire month of October. She'd seen the photos on Facebook. Patricia closed the folder. "I want to see the original trust attorney tomorrow." Blake's face hardened. "Mom, you're being paranoid. If you keep this up, we're going to have to look at other arrangements. There's a new memory care place in Laguna Woods, top rated. Mads toured it. They have ocean views." That night, Patricia did not sleep. She sat at the little desk in her upstairs prison, opened her MacBook, the one Blake had upgraded to require his fingerprint, and started searching. Irrevocable Trust California Abuse of Trustee. Remove trustee, breach of fiduciary duty, Orange County. Elder financial abuse lawyer, Laguna Beach. At 3:17 a.m., she found him. William Chen. Yale Law. Clerkship with Judge Alex Kozinski, former deputy DA in the Elder Abuse Unit. Now in private practice in Newport Beach with a website that simply read, "I sue bad trustees, and I win." His office answered at 8:03 the next morning. "Chen Law Group, this is Amanda. I need to see Mr. Chen today. It's an emergency." Define emergency. "My son is stealing my house and trying to have me declared incompetent." Amanda didn't miss a beat. "Can you be here at 10:30? William Chen was 42, wore Warby Parkers and a navy suit that cost more than Blake's Rivian payment, and listened without interruption for 45 minutes while Patricia laid out everything: the fake doctor's letter, the yoga charges, the memory care threat. When she finished, Chen leaned back and smiled, the smile of a man who had just been handed a loaded gun. "Mrs. Harrington, your son has committed at least 6 felonies I can name off the top of my head. Breach of fiduciary duty, financial elder abuse, forgery, perjury, conspiracy, and probably tax fraud. And the beauty of it, California Probate Code 16420 gives us a nuclear option." He spun his monitor around. On it was the original Harrington Trust, all 62 pages, that Chen had pulled from the Orange County Recorder the night before. "See this section? Paragraph 17. Your husband was smart. He included a removal for cause clause. Cause includes self-dealing and failure to account. We have both in spades. And because this is an irrevocable trust, we go straight to probate court. No mediation, no arbitration. We filed tomorrow. What happens then? Best case? The judge removes Blake as trustee by lunch, surcharges him personally for every penny he stole, and appoints a professional fiduciary to replace him. Worst case? We still freeze the trust instantly. He won't be able to buy a latte until this is over. Patricia felt tears threaten for the first time in years. How much will this cost? Jen waved a hand. Elder abuse cases with clear breach, I take them on contingency, plus statutory attorney fees, which the trust pays, not you. Blake's going to owe me too. He stood up. One more thing. Do you have somewhere else you can stay for a few days? Once we serve him, it's going to get dramatic. Patricia thought of her college roommate Claire in Palm Springs. Yes. Good. Pack a bag. And bring the dog if you want. Crouton's probably happier with you anyway. That afternoon, William Chen filed an ex parte petition in Orange County Superior Court for 1. Temporary restraining order freezing all trust disbursements. 2. Immediate removal of Blake Harrington as trustee. 3. Appointment of Gateway Fiduciary Services as interim trustee. 4. Accounting going back 5 years. 5. Preliminary injunction barring contact with petitioner except through counsel. At 4:47 p.m., Judge Evelyn Morales, who, it turned out, hated bad trustees almost as much as Chen did, signed every order. At 5:26 p.m., a process server in a polo shirt and cargo shorts rang the doorbell of 12 Seabreeze Lane, Laguna Beach. Blake answered in board shorts and a cloud of cologne. "You've been served," the guy said, handed him a fat stack, and left before Blake could finish reading the caption. Patricia was already on the 73 freeway, Claire's guest room waiting, a small Louis Vuitton weekender in the passenger seat, and Crouton snoring in his Sherpa bag. She turned off her phone. She did not turn it back on for 6 days. When she finally did, there were 187 missed calls, 94 text messages, and 1 voicemail from a number she didn't know. "Mrs. Harrington, this is Gateway Fiduciary Services. Congratulations. As of 9 o'clock this morning, we are the new trustee of your trust. The locks on your home have been changed. Mr. Blake Harrington and Miss McAllister have been given until Friday at 5 p.m. to vacate the premises. After that, the sheriff will assist. We recovered $412,000 that was moved to an LLC in Wyoming. It's back in the trust as of an hour ago. Welcome home." Patricia pulled over on Pacific Coast Highway, rolled down the window, and let the salt wind hit her face. She cried then, not from fear, from relief that felt like joy. The eviction was glorious. Blake tried everything. He filed an emergency motion claiming undue influence. Denied. He accused Patricia of alcoholism and pill abuse. The judge ordered drug testing. Patricia passed. Blake refused. Mads went live on Instagram sobbing that, "My fiancé's mother's trying to make us homeless." The video got 3.2 million views and exactly 0 sympathy once Chen's paralegal commented with the court docket number. On the last day, Patricia stood across the street with Claire and watched the moving trucks. Blake loaded his Rivian until the suspension groaned. Mads carried Crouton's empty monogrammed bed and wailed dramatically for her remaining followers. When Blake spotted his mother, he walked over, eyes red. "Mom, please, we can fix this. We're family." Patricia looked at him, really looked at him, for the first time in years. "No, Blake. Family doesn't steal from each other. Family doesn't forge doctor's letters. Family doesn't threaten to lock their mother in a memory care unit to get a beach house." She reached into her purse and pulled out an envelope. "This is the surcharge order. You personally owe the trust $1,100,000 $180,000 plus my attorney fees. You have 5 years to pay it back, or the judgment liens go on whatever you own, including that truck. Blake opened his mouth. Nothing came out. Patricia got into her Lexus, rolled the window down, and said the last words she would ever say to her only child without a lawyer present. Goodbye, Blake. I hope someday you learn what your father tried to teach you. A man who lives off his mother's money is no man at all. She drove away. 6 months later, the house on Seabreeze Lane was quiet again. The ring lights were gone. The outdoor kitchen had been converted back to a simple barbecue. Cruton slept on Richard's old side of the bed. Patricia started a tradition. Every Thursday night, she hosted Trust Fund Survivors, a support group for seniors who had been financially abused by their kids. They met in the living room with ocean views, drank Chardonnay, and told war stories. William Chen came to the first meeting as guest speaker. By the third, he was just Bill, bringing desserts from Chopin Bakery. One night in April, Patricia raised her glass. To Richard, she said, who knew exactly what he was doing when he wrote paragraph 17. Everyone drank. Later, on the terrace, watching the sunset, Bill cleared his throat. You know, Patricia, the trust still owns the house, and you're allowed to have a companion move in, rent-free. She looked at him, really looked, the way she hadn't looked at a man since Richard. Are you applying for the position, counselor? He smiled. I was hoping you'd let me take you to dinner first. Then we'll negotiate terms. Patricia laughed, the sound echoing over the Pacific like church bells. She was 72 years old, richer than she had been in a decade, and for the first time since 2009, completely, gloriously free. And somewhere in a 2-bedroom apartment in Costa Mesa, Blake Harrington was learning that OnlyFans doesn't pay enough to cover a $1 million judgment. Karma, Patricia decided, had excellent taste in timing.